Welcome back live to the Cyber Arena in Kiev. My oh my, what is EG? Just such a strong team. Who's gonna beat them? It's insane, and it's insane that also knowing that Envy has only played with them for this week.
Right.
Like that's the first time they ever played with him in competitive matches.
It's just him. The Arteezy Sama combination is just the China Slayers, aren't they?
Yeah.
They beat DK at MLG Columbus, and they're doing it again now, making quick work of an insanely strong IG team.
Insane.
And a week ago, I was saying that I thought IG might be like the second best team in the world. Like I was thinking DK IG were like top two. Like I think a lot of people were underrating just how well IG was playing coming into this tournament. Because they were doing insanely well. Like they were meeting DK in almost every big Chinese tournament. What a picture. They were coming. It was like them and DK in like every big Chinese tournament, right? They were 1-2, and IG was taking games off of DK, like forcing game 5s and finals, winning some, and
they got crushed.
Gosh.
Or run over, I should say.
Arteezy had never played Dragon Knight before in a professional match. Marlini was having to look up his Dota Buff account to see how often he had played him in pubs.
And what was the answer?
He went 12-2. No, 13-2.
It's really not that much. I might have played Dragon Knight more myself, which is, that says something. But it was an amazing match, and their opponents are going to be Alliance.
Yes.
So also no interview with EG in between because they are instantly preparing for Alliance, and Alliance we can't really get any team before the semifinals because they
try harding it up in the back.
They are really preparing, and right now, of course, the team for the tiebreaker are going to be preparing as well. We have IG and RoX.KiS and Na'Vi all lined up, and everybody will face each other. So 3 games, which are not going to be casted by LD and Merlini. No, we are actually going to be casting that for you to make sure that LD and Merlini get some rest, because otherwise they would cast 11 to 13 games on one day, which is more than you can probably ask from a human being.
Yeah, we've got the possibility of 9 more games coming up today. So quite a bit more matches, possibility, a lot of Dota for you guys back home. So
it's a lot of Dota. I mean, I read tweets like more Dota,
amazing
best Dota.
Though, so.
These matches, it's so much hype already also for like the rest of the event to come and for the international as well. And we're actually already starting to load into the game.
So we're just going to transfer this on in.
Yeah.
IG is actually going to be playing the first 2 games of the tiebreaker, so they're kind of getting put through the gauntlet here. They're going to have to sit down and stay seated for the next 3 hours and play these next 2 games after having a very emotional loss to a team like EG, getting beaten very quickly. So we'll see if they can turn it around, get the egos back up, and see how they perform.
Well, one thing is, for me, I mean, the reason why they are indeed now playing basically 3 games in a row is because they are still having their gear set up. And that's the reason they're having the gear so they don't have to move, you don't have to reinstall, so we could get on the way quicker because it was only RoX.KiS that has to just basically get in and set up.
Right. And you want to be speedy too, because if we're here playing games until 4 a.m. this morning, that's not good for the teams that have to turn around and play tomorrow.
No, and tomorrow starts again early as well, so no rest for the wicked, and just go on.
We're going to be prioritizing speed from here on out, basically. So.
Yeah, well, for IG, they ban out the Naga Siren. I am actually not sure, because RoX.KiS doesn't often play Naga. That's an interesting ban.
I think we've seen a little bit. Actually, I don't know. I can actually look that up really fast. I don't know how much they have actually played Naga.
We have our resident stats man inside.
I'm actually going to be in the game. I can give you live statistics. Actually, less in-depth stuff because I'm actually going to have to be, looking.
Multitasking. Multitasking is really good. So, but yeah, IG and RoX.KiS, they have faced each other before, where IG was kind of
very strong,
taking over RoX very easily. So that's something that worries me. On the upside for RoX.KiS, I mean, we just talked to Goblak, and he said, like, yesterday after our losses, which were indeed pretty heavy losses, they sat down and talked through everything, and this is basically their chance to still make it to the winner's bracket, because there's 3 teams and only 1 spot for the winner's bracket.
Right.
Now, granted, they'll be going up against DK, so it's not really like you're winning a big prize, because DK is still going to be a really tough opponent.
I don't think IG knows who they're playing against here. These bans, so they haven't. RoX.KiS has not played Naga Siren in the last 2 patches at all. Period.
Okay.
And neither, I don't think they've played Wisp either. excuse me, IO. I still haven't gotten used to that change. But I don't think RoX.KiS has played any IO either. That's not a Goblet hero.
No.
Goblet has
Heals.
Goblet and Yol. Back when Wisp was good, when he was like first pick, first ban, I don't even think I saw Goblet drafted.
I mean, the thing is here now is we're gonna have our 4th game in the tournament with Lycan, assuming that someone will pick it up.
Yeah,
which is not the case.
No, yeah. RoX.KiS is probably going to pick up Lycan here. I would be stunned if they don't pick up Lycan here.
Well, we might see
BZZ plays a decent Lycan. There we go, Invoker Lycan. So Solo gets his Invoker, and BZZ gets his Lycan. And this is just, I don't understand. I guess IG just really hasn't prepared much for RoX.KiS. They haven't really studied what they do. And
yeah,
so
they played them yesterday and like out of sight, out of mind.
Right, and they're probably thinking Western team, let's get rid of the Naga, let's get rid of the Wisp, honestly.
Well, to be honest, I think RoX is already off to a good start with an Invoker and a Lycan. We know Solo plays a good Invoker, a Lycan, strong hero regardless. I do worry though, because RoX were the ones to ban out Danger Deprivation. And they do that because they want to have the heals for themselves.
Right.
But it's kind of like AG picks up Dazzle. They kind of take abuse of the ban that RoX.KiS did to them.
Right. I don't know. I think it's okay. They'll still probably go for something like an Abaddon, which will actually not be bad. Abaddon and Lycan can work pretty well. Though Lycan needs a little bit in lane early, as we saw in the games that DK has let Lycan through. If you pressure him really hard in lane, he has a hard time getting through. And Abaddon is someone that really works at keeping him alive in lane. You might not be able to kill the opposing lane, but you're not going to get pushed too early, and you shouldn't die that much. So you could still go for an Abaddon. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw even a Treant Protector.
Yeah.
Because most of those heroes also let Lycan dive the enemy heroes pretty well. So we'll see about that. And the Darkseer ban, which is, once again,
they like, the thing is they picked up Naga and Darkseer in the previous game. IG did against EG, but against EG I say yes, do that, because Universe Darkseer is not one that you want to face, and RTZ Naga Siren, respect them right there. But it feels like, because RoX, I mean, Seedoy plays Darkseer, but hasn't been playing that for a long time. Seedoy is more like he plays Centaur and Clockwork and Nature's Prophet, but Darkseer not that often.
Right. And they're going to go ahead and they'll ban out Luo's Axe.
Yeah.
Luo has just played a couple of games on Axe, but he's a hero that can kind of really shut down the Lycan, similar to how we saw DK do it against MVP Phoenix. Even though that was against MVP Phoenix, that's a pretty standard way of stopping that.
Yeah.
You can send Axe to creep skip, and with someone like Dazzle, you can do it very well, run an aggressive tri-lane. And they do like to play a farming Axe when they run Axe. They'll put Luo on it, so who's their carry. So that's not a bad ban in my opinion.
Yeah, they're just preventing the DK effect right there for IG. And they actually, I mean, the Dazzle Ember Spirit combination, I really like that. I'm curious to see what kind of build we're going to go for, if we're going to see the same, like, 3 in Flame Guard build. And
you shouldn't need points in Flame Guard against the Invoker.
Not against the Invoker, but we did see it done earlier today.
Right. That was
had some criticism on it too.
That wasn't Ferrari though. That was Mushi.
Yeah, that was Mushi.
When Ferrari did the 3 points of Flame Guard is up against the Death Prophet, which I liked because it just means you can stay in lane. When you get 3 points in Flame Guard, it blocks about 300 magic damage. So when the Death Prophet nukes you, you say, "Cool, I'm just not going to take any damage."
Are you expecting a Quas Wex Invoker or an Exor one this game?
Exort. I think Solo much prefers Exort. I'm not entirely certain about that, but I'm pretty sure he's been playing. Exort has been the new thing, especially when you're so they're running this like global strategy, right? So you're gonna have Howl. You also want to have Forge Spirits with Howl because that's very strong. You get the bonus damage, and Nature's Prophet can go anywhere on the map. So not having Sunstrikes in this would be kind of a bad decision.
On the other side, you do have the Invoker. If you do get an EMP off of either Dazzle or Ember, they're kind of useless, especially early game, because of course later on in the game it has.
And with Quas Wex, you end up after a certain point putting some points into Exort anyway.
Yeah.
Just because you don't want to put past like 5 or 6 points in Wex. You don't see many people go max out Wex.
Yeah, Bane still picked up for RoX.KiS. Now we knew that they needed supports. I was going to expect maybe a bit more safe support. I mean, Bane is a fairly decent safe support. IG, are you expecting them to run an aggressive trial with Mirana, Sand King, Dazzle?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm expecting. It's really hard. I mean, so IG, I'm sure, have watched how DK has dealt with Lycan.
Yeah.
They let the Lycan through. They banned 3 heroes that RoX.KiS don't even play, Envisage, IO, and Naga.
Yeah.
And then they let the Lycan through. They let the Invoker through, who is Solo's, if not his most played, one of his most played heroes this patch. And so I think they've taken a page from DK's book. And the way you set down a Lycan is run at him. And so they're going to do a very strong, aggressive tri-lane in Dazzle, Sand King, Mirana. The setup isn't amazing for the Mirana arrow, but as long as you can get a Burrow Strike off, he'll just need the only way I think this tri-lane doesn't do well against the Lycan is if Sand King isn't able to get levels fast, because the range on Burrow Strike is really small. So if Mirana can't hit an arrow without any setup, or if Sand King has a hard time getting that second point in Burrow Strike early, level 3, it might be hard for them to get any kills and shut this Lycan down. Yeah. So it's actually going to be pretty important that this Lycan gets to level 3 pretty fast. I mean, the Sand King gets to level 3 pretty fast.
On the upside for IG, they don't necessarily need to get kills if they are able to just zone him out, zone that Lycan out completely.
Right.
I'm wondering for now if the Bane is enough of a safety mechanism on the side of RoX.KiS. They still, of course, have one more pick to go. For which one are you expecting for RoX.KiS? Are you expecting a secondary support? Or are they going to put something in the jungle to have more push? Or is that too greedy?
It's going to be a godlike hero. I'm expecting a Trainer and a Baden here.
Okay. Well, Shadow Shaman removed. That would be one of those, of course, push supports.
The thing they don't run.
The thing they don't run, but it... Like, if you don't know RoX, you would...
If you don't know RoX, you don't know. I mean, these are very good bans against Western teams.
Yes, overall, like,
is
generic bans.
RoX.KiS does their own thing. Godlike is, as I was talking about, like, he accounts for like 33% of all Abaddon players just by himself.
That's insane.
Just by himself. So they do their own thing, and it's obvious IG hasn't really done their homework on RoX.KiS, but I mean, if there was a team that you were going to not study super hard in this tournament, it would have probably been RoX.KiS.
RoX.KiS and MVP.
Right. So
the underdogs. And in that case, maybe they have an upper hand here, and I really think like they definitely have a shot here. And especially, I mean, in mindset wise, IG just took a big loss against EG, and in your mindset that will have an effect. And perhaps they're a bit down.
That's tough. I mean, because you're going to bring in someone like EG. It's an American team. It's a team that they haven't seen a whole lot of. It's a team they probably underrated.
Yeah.
And they got beaten. Now they're having to play to make sure they don't go to the losers bracket. Oh, a Lich.
I was not expecting that one at
I was
all.
not either. I like this, though. Actually, I don't know if I like this. This is tough. Oh, this is actually very good if they're certain that IG is going to be running this aggressive tri-lane. A good way to just keep there from being a whole lot of aggression against your Lycan. You just keep denying creeps. You're going to keep the aggro back at your tower almost the entire game. With the way that the Radiant offlane works now, it meets pretty close to that tower, so denying a hero, you shouldn't have to last it under your tower that much. Because that's the worst part about running Lich as a support, right? Is it's hard to last hit under your own tower.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you're denying your own creep, that often you can stay under your own tower. But if you're going to run it safe lane, it sticks out a little farther, so it's not as common that you have to last hit under your own tower. So,
would you not say though that it's also kind of risky because it might
risky.
Allow your enemy to dive you way earlier because there's creeps under the tower tanking out the tower and they can run at you and kill you?
It's kind of a catch-22. It's either you're either going to have to farm farther from your tower and closer to the enemy's tower and closer to the river, or you're going to be stuck closer to your own tower where you can be dove. With less creep protection.
Scary nonetheless.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It's a very thin balance that you have to walk, basically, in that lane. They could also completely switch it up, as in they could have Lich left alone. I mean, we see who is playing what right now, so it's still going to be...
It's going to be a YYF Bounty Hunter, which I like. It's an YYF
safe lane against Nature's Prophet. It's actually not the first time that we see Nature's Prophet Bounty Hunter combinations in the game.
It's not at all. And I am expecting, oh gosh. I'm wondering if IG is wanting to just dodge this try v try. I mean, it's tough to pick a Mirana, Dazzle, Sand King, and then not try to I think they have to run an aggressive tri-lane.
Yeah. You can't leave that Lycan alone. That's just no option.
And the levels on the Bounty Hunter will be good, and he'll be able to farm pretty well against the Nature's Prophet. That's what that lane is going to turn into, is like a demilitarized zone between the Bounty Hunter and Nature's Prophet, where just they don't really go after each other. They're just content to let each other get levels and farm.
It's gonna be some risky play there.
But if the aggressive tri-lane goes well, that'll open it up for Faith and Chuan to rotate early up top to maybe get a kill onto Sidoi.
Yeah, Luo can do okay by himself if he is indeed in an okay shape to be left alone. Like if the shutdown Lycan project was successful,
yes,
basically.
Exactly. The safe lane is everything for RoX.KiS.
Yeah.
Because if they can keep IG supports in lane, the rest of their lane should do well. Invoker should be fine. If the Sand King and the Dazzle can't roam on the Invoker, he should do fine against Nimber Spirit. Same for the Nature's Prophet. Basically, for a Nature's Prophet, you expect to be forced out of lane by 6 or 7 minutes and having to go to the jungle. So if you can stay in lane, that's a huge victory as a Nature's Prophet.
We saw that today, though, as in the Nature's Prophet Bounty Hunter lane, and the Bounty Hunter won.
Yes.
So
it's not uncommon for a Bounty Hunter to kind of win the lane, but he shouldn't have to. He shouldn't kick the Nature's Prophet out.
True. Yeah, they're gonna get levels either way.
Right.
Basically, and was the Bounty Hunter lane? That was actually the lane for. Was that MVP Phoenix winning the lane against the Nature's Prophet?
I can't remember.
They
There's
had
been
a
so many
Bounty
games
Hunter.
in the last couple of days.
They have. There have been a lot of games.
We're a third of the way through today.
Yeah. So many games to come. So many good games to come.
So much good Dota.
Yeah.
If this was any other tournament, I would be like, ugh, why so many games? But it's so many good games. Like, it's hard to be upset that you get to watch more fantastic Dota.
I think so too. And I mean, one of the things, like if there's a tournament with really good Dota, like there's a lot of people at home that can only watch like part of it because there's work, there's school, there's obligations. And so now if you tune in at any point, there's bound to be a good game on.
Right. And we're starting into America's starting to wake up a bit. So.
Yeah. Well, depending on if they actually went to bed, because there's a lot of Americans that are taking the time.
This is true.
To stay up and watch Starladder. European time zones. Yes.
All right, and Goblek has loaded back in. He had to reboot his PC.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how this Goblek Lich does.
It will be interesting for sure.
I've normally been very underwhelmed by how Lich performs as a support. I understand the point and that they're trying to keep the Lycan safe for a bit. Are they going to run dual lanes?
Are they going to run dual lanes, or is he just going to ward?
No, he's just going to ward. He's just going to ward. He got a sentry ward. Good. I was like,
he's going to probably deny a creep there to help Nature's Prophet pull the lane back?
Yeah, no, that's what he's going to do.
And maybe, like, he gave one of the wards, I think, to... no, he didn't even give it to Nature's Prophet. Who has it? Bane. Bane has the wards. Let's take a look at who's playing what. And, of course, RoX.KiS IG, tiebreaker #1 here in Starladder, LAN Finals. And the winner of the tiebreakers... Oh, by the way, if there is a tiebreaker within the tiebreaker...
Yes, if they go 1-1-1...
there will be time rating involved, and the teams are aware of this. And there was a message about it. There's no other way, because there's no space to run another tiebreaker.
No. So yeah, we'll be time rating against these three teams. So it's important to win fast, and I think that's another reason why we're seeing a lot of these push strategies. Even IG is running kind of a fight early lineup.
Yeah.
Which is how you have to do against Lycan anyway, but it still helps with the time rating.
For sure. So for RoX.KiS, they will be on the Radiant side for this game. We've got Yol playing his Bane, one of his signature heroes for sure. BZZ on the Lycan. Got for the Howl first, so we'll be going for those last hits. Solo Invoker, I mean, really, who's surprised? Nobody. Goblek on his Lich, and then Sidoi, there we go. Nature's Prophet for him. Also one of his signature heroes, and the reason why I like Sidoi on the Nature's Prophet, he's a very active one.
Yes, he is.
He rotates so early, and he's everywhere.
And for IG, we have playing the Dazzle in the safe lane. It actually will be running a safe lane tri-lane. We have Faith playing the Murano. Will be Luo mid, actually. Okay, so maybe not the safe lane that we were talking about. Chuan going ahead. He's going to be playing the Sand King, rotating through the jungle quite early. Playing the Ember Spirit in the safe lane is actually going to be Ferrari, and playing the Bounty Hunter will be YYF on the off lane. So it's a weird kind of musical lanes going on for IG right now.
Look at Chuan's position though, like he's ready for it. He wants to make something happen there. And
I think IG realized that with the Lich they weren't going to be able to pressure the lane like they wanted to, and so they're just going to go ahead and swap everything up, let Mirana stay mid, send Ember Spirit safe lane so he can be safe, and let IG or YIF just get levels.
He spotted though, like he's gonna go in. They're gonna burrow strike. The arrow flies in from Luo. Do they have the damage to take him down? That tower is hurting a lot at level 1.
Taking a lot of damage.
He might be able to turn this around. Leaps away. It's Luo that is in trouble, and Solo is just fine. Ooh, Seedoy. Is he coming in for real? Not yet. No, he's canceling his teleports.
Yeah. There's a quick save by Luo.
Yeah, look at this, by the way. We got a bit of a lane swap going on because Ferrari mid lane right now.
Now Ferrari's going back mid?
Yeah, we got a...
Oh, no.
Maybe, are we going to have a roaming Luo? He has a creep wave behind him, so he kind of has to go mid. Otherwise, the lane is going to be unbalanced. So, yeah, he's going to rotate back top and farm there, where Dazzle's actually getting some levels in the meantime.
I think that's the best decision. And I really like that RoX.KiS did go with these dual lanes. RoX.KiS just won the whole, like, let's try to make you guess where our lanes are and then mess you up.
Oh, burrow strike.
Burrow strike.
Yeah, there's a bit of a poison coming out as well. They don't have the damage, and actually it's Chuan that might be in trouble. That howl, the damage coming out. One more hit needed for Madrid. Go! He gets it! He gets it!
The little swipe.
Yeah, Lich going down with it though. In comes the...
They make it another.
Yeah, they're gonna go for Solo. Do they have an extra damage? Do they have the poison? So Seedoy, he gets the kill. He will go down though. It's 2 for 2. Seedoy with the double kill, absolutely worth it for him.
Great play from Seedoy there.
Oh yeah, those Treants. And that howl was perfectly timed.
Howl is an amazingly strong ability. Back when Lycan was not getting picked at all, I still thought that Howl was an amazing ability. I would just get Broodmother Lycan games and just surround people. Tell my Broodmother to tell me when you had him surrounding with Broodlings, pop Howl, and easy kill.
Yeah, we have actually Faith rotating bottom, so there's now a dual lane here as well. So we have Bounty Hunter, Dazzle lane. So this would allow why we have to get a lot more farm here. And maybe also contest the Lycan in terms of harassing him a bit more.
IG seems lost right now with how they actually want to lane these. And they're losing a lot of experience with all these wandering in between lanes, missing creep waves. So they should be, they're probably hurting really bad in terms of experience and
in terms of last hits already, I mean, the highest last hitter on the map is Luo on his Mirana with 10.
Right.
And then you've got 20 for the Lycan. And that's a hero that you do not want to get big ever.
Yeah, and BZZ is already at 20 last hits.
Yes, it is. It's pretty scary. He's sitting on 1k gold. What do you
going mid.
Oh,
Seedoy is going on Ferrari.
Ferrari lives for the moment. Burrow strike up on
Clutch
Seedoy though, and actually YYF is here. Going for the Janata, Shuriken toss as well. They should have enough damage to take him down. There we go. Sand King. Chuan gets it.
Some good movement by IG to come back in on that.
Yep.
YYF TP'd in from the off lane to be a part of that. So they're
everywhere.
They're just willing to leave these lanes and run around as much as possible to try to maintain an early game advantage.
And we actually have maybe a go on mid again. We've got YYF still sitting mid, going in on Solo. In comes the chains as well. Solo stuck in place. He can't do anything. He is gone for one more hit, and it will be Ferrari that takes that one. So they might not get that many last hits, but they do get the heroes. And
it's the standard IG face rush.
Yeah, they get the important heroes as well.
Yeah.
I mean, taking that Invoker down twice is big. Was it twice? No, it was once. What am I saying? It was Seedoy. Twice.
And Goblek, he's just been chilling in lane with the Nature's Prophet, which I am less of a fan of. Well, I mean, he wouldn't be doing anything safe lane now.
Yep.
But I would like to see a little more movement out of him, maybe going to protect Solo in the mid lane.
Yeah, so far, I mean, they're up against the Solo Mirana, and they don't really have the kill potential to take her down. So this is a good moment for Luo to get a lot of farm.
Kill potential is not something Lich brings to a tri-lane, or to a lane.
All. So there's a lot of experience. I mean, Luo is almost level 6, and that Moonlight Shadow will help a lot for them. You'll, in the meantime, level 3. I mean, imagine the level difference. The supports overall, I mean, we've got ourselves support level 3 is indeed our lowest level for the Bane. By the way, what is YYF doing? Is he going to go again? He is going to go again. He wants to. It is solo that they want.
So he's playing it pretty safe though.
He is.
He realizes that YYF is still missing from the map completely, and they can't get a kill top most likely.
Well, they're gonna try mid
they're
though.
Still going.
Iceball's already down, and Solo, can he turn this around perhaps? No, he cannot. There's no way. Cool steps to gold, and actually Sprout, Seedoy, he makes it at least a trade. He's everywhere as well.
If RoX.KiS can keep at least making these be trades, I think they might even come out. I know IG's winning in kills, but if we look at last hits, they're winning the last hit war pretty easily.
Yep.
Especially with BZZ farming up this Lycan almost uncontested. If they can just keep trades, even if they lose the trades, but as long as they trade, I feel like come mid game, RoX.KiS might be in a better position.
Yeah, especially since they'll then have the level 6 from YYF. Actually, they do have the level 6, so we have track money on the table now as well. If they keep having those trades, they'll get a lot of gold. And they're going to try to go for BC right now, and oh my god, that burst! That's a level 3 Shadow Weave right there. That hurts.
Okay, yeah, never mind. They killed BZZ. Yeah. There goes
Theories.
There goes that.
At this point, last hits are just not as important anymore. It's all about the kills and about momentum, and actually Seedoy is highest on the net worth right now, sitting on 1,300 gold. Are you expecting him to go for a Midas this game still? I mean, it's kind of a core item, but
I definitely think he's going to be going Midas. I do love the fact that he went phase boots before the Midas. That's something we've started seeing a lot more in 6.8. Phase boots probably give more to a Nature's Prophet than it does to just about any hero, just because of the extra damage. As we go on mid.
Burrow Strike Solo, there's no way out. Sunstrike coming out still. He's trying to do what he can. Nature's Prophet not coming in. In comes the Wolves, actually. Can they do something against Ferrari? The Howl is on. The damage is there, but there's no lockdown, so he can just walk away from that one.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
His IG's purpose has just been to make Solo a very sad man.
Yep.
And they've succeeded so far. But no, like I was saying, I like the phase boots before the Midas, just because it gives you so much more ability to be active around the map. If you go Midas first, if you TP in to help with a gank, you're not going to be hitting for very much. But just the extra chase and right-click damage that phase boots gives you is really helpful in the first 10 minutes of the game.
I agree. So far, Ferrari hasn't really, after rotating from top to mid, hasn't really been moving around a lot. He still has 3 kills, so it's still very respectable. And he went for maxing out the Flame Guard.
Tower is under attack.
It's okay. Is he maxed out, or what is he at?
Maxed.
Is it? Wow. Okay, so he maxed out Flame Guard 2 points in Sleight of Fist. Okay.
Yep.
That's okay. There's been enough. There's been so much fighting early.
Yeah.
And so much. I think that's okay.
It's a real early fighting build.
I think the only real, as they're going to go on Solo again.
Yeah, like Ferrari has to be careful though. There's so many people here now backing up Solo. Like Yul is even here just in case someone wants to dive, then he's there. He's still level 4 though.
And they have to at this point. They can't have Solo dying again.
No.
His Midas, he's nowhere close to his Midas.
At this point, I'm starting to be a bit worried about Lich pick. Because
he's just stayed. He hasn't done anything.
He can't do anything. He can deny creeps, yay. And he now has an ultimate, which is great too if people start running at you, but he needs to actually be there, and he hasn't been. He's not carrying a teleport scroll around at the moment as well, so he's Solo in some trouble. Tracked up. He is going to get YYF though, but he will go down. Nightmare, will he go down actually? Yes, he will. Ferrari will drop with him though, and that's going to be a 2-for-1. Good trade for sure, despite being a track kill. Losing Ferrari, not so worth it. That's a dominating streak as well for Seedoy. He is getting so immensely filthy rich, it's insane.
He is. And that was a very good movement from RoX.KiS. It's still rough for Solo being 1-4.
Burrow Strike, Epicenter being going on as well. Lich, go black. He is going to go down. Still bouncing around. He got the bounce around Faith. Puts on the grave. Seedoy come in for the cleanup. One more hit. Sprout Vision. There you go. Got him. Insane. Seedoy is everywhere.
Making
like seriously.
Plays.
This guy on Nature's
And that's the power of
Prophet.
the phase boots.
Yeah.
That is the power of the early phase boots instead of the Midas.
This guy on Nature's Prophet is so enjoyable to watch, and he really is everywhere. I mean, losing Lich, okay, you know that happens, but getting 2 kills in return is totally worth it.
And it was also a smart move by Godlike, realizing that he was going to have backup and to go ahead and throw the Chain Frost.
YYF, what are you doing here, buddy? You have to be careful there. Seedoy is a bit
Ferrari,
too
he's
fat.
got a haste rune. He wants to make something happen.
Oh, let's see if they can do it. Are they going to try? No, they're not even going to try. They back off. They don't want to go for it. They actually go for the Lycan. They should be able to take him down. The Howl goes on. Lycan still alive for the moment. Sprout on 2 though, and that is going to be YYF dropping. And the Spirit away.
That's still a good trade for IG, though.
It is. It's a track kill.
Yes,
as well, and a Lycan.
Any pre 15-minute kill on Lycan is extremely valuable.
Yeah, so far he's got a Vlads. The downside for Lycan on the Radiant side is, of course, the dire advantage for Roshan not on their side. So he, in theory, could take down Roshan.
They're going to have to get several pickoffs, too. They'll have to win a pretty huge team fight if they want to take an early Roshan. He is going to pick up a smoke.
Oh, that is...
so maybe not. He went for the medallion build, so he's going to try to sneak this.
Well, maybe because it's not expected, people will actually not check it. IG might be caught off guard by that. It's something that's really scary to bank on, though. But so far, he's not moving directly towards it. Right now, they don't have any wards up at all around the Roche pit. They have one ward in the mid lane, center ward there as well, but that's the only ward that they actually have. And as actually, this tier 1 tower is in deny range. Fiend's Grip coming out, though. The Wolves are going to still deny the tower. The Fiend's Grip long range Chuan. How does that actually hit? But Seedoy coming in. I mean, he didn't get the killing blow this time, but he was involved. He's been involved in 8 out of the 9 kills so far for his team. That's insane.
And so now might be the opening they're looking for BZZ to kind of...
Oh, Ferrari, look at that brain step damage. Nightmare setting up.
Gonna go.
Sunstrike as well. Is it enough? It is. It should be enough. In comes the heal. Maybe can Faith get the grave up? Yes, he can. The heal coming out as well as the armor. And it is going to be Yul that is the one in trouble. So far, he's backing up. YWF thinking about coming in. Luo coming in as well. Forced to run back. Already has no mana anymore for his Starstorm. Nobody dies, though, which is a win for YWF in this case, because they were on the verge of losing Ferrari.
I'm surprised that Faith didn't fall as well. He was very close to dying there. Very good job by him throwing up the weave on it. Reduced that howl damage from those treants just enough to stay alive.
You know what? Actually, right now, there's a tier 1 dead on top lane, on bottom lane, and actually bottom lane is dead Nature's Prophet, Epicenter Burrow Strike for Chuan. And this should be the tier 1 bottom as well. That's all the tier 1 towers down for on the side of RoX.KiS. While IG doesn't really have a pushing lineup per se at all.
This is, although we hate time rating because it takes some of the individual games out of importance. This is some of the exciting things we get because of time rating.
Those fast pushes and again the Lich.
20 kills in 13 minutes isn't something you normally see out of
a Chinese team. I mean, RoX.KiS, they're quite familiar with all those kills. The rats, careful there. There's sentry just placed. Howl goes off as well. It's still no Roshan. It's just Ancients for the moment, so he farms a bit faster. This Lycan is still doing okay. I mean, he died twice. But it's still a hero that, if given enough time, he'll still be very scary. And those towers will drop. Smoke up, by the way, for Rock skills. It's only Yul and Godlike, though, and they're actually looking for Ferrari, but he's able to get away. There is, of course, that Fiend's Grip up for Yul again. So he wants to put it to use. And actually, why not just 5-man? Group up, start pushing.
Ferrari's out of remnants right now.
Yep. Just trying to hold back the push. And there is actually, arrow flying in from the side. Chuan is coming in as well. So far, it was only 4 of IG in mid lane, but there are now 5 as well. We're going to lose Seedoy, though, as in he is going to take leave from this mid lane and try to see if he can go for a bit of a split push there. Lycan is still in the Ancients. Yeah, that push got stopped.
He just hasn't had a space to go for this Roche that I'm sure he's trying to get.
And they now have got some more wards up. I mean, they don't really have the Roche pit up, but they do have the path to wards.
I mean, I guess it's possible that they weren't running to sneak the Roche. He was just who it made sense to get the smoke on because he was back at the base.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Well, he still has it, so I don't know. Maybe. Might be having him go at some point. Like right now for IG, they have got 2 wards. They're they cover the Radiant jungle rather. But they don't see where that Lycan is, because Lycan is not in vision of those 3 observer wards. Yes, that's 3 in the same jungle.
Right. And IG has kind of been able to settle down a little bit. They've been able to close that net worth gap by a bit. Morana's getting on up there, as is Ferrari. And Ferrari's 5-1. So at the end of the day, through all of this aggression, IG has done a very good job of their most important hero not dying hardly at all. And that's I think that's really what sets apart Ferrari's Ember Spirit from other Ember Spirits that I've seen, is The entire point that I think makes Ember Spirit such a strong hero is the ability to do everything that he's good at, which is burst, AoE physical damage, good CC, and like just being able to stay alive and be mobile. He can do it completely safe. Like, he doesn't have to be involved in the fights. He can stay off to the side. He can slide a fist in from trees. He can, if the first sign of danger, he can go to his closest remnant. And Ferrari does that. He just doesn't die on the hero. I think I dropped the stat earlier that he only dies like 1.7 times per game on average, which is lower than any other Ember Spirit player that's played him a fair amount of times.
Pushing coming for RoX.KiS. We still don't have the Blink Dagger up on Chuan. He's not that far off, actually. He's sitting on 1700, 1800. But with all the teleports coming in, RoX.KiS back off. They have 3 Necronomicons in the making. Actually, one of the 3 is already done on Seedoy. But this is either going to be a lot of free gold for IG, which could happen. It's going to be maybe a suicide for Ferrari if he gets all the last hits of the Warriors at the same time. That would be very unlucky.
And Chuan is about 1 creep away from his Blink Dagger.
That's going to be giving a big impact for them.
And there it is.
Perhaps even enough for them to start grouping up a bit more, or will they wait a second, smoke, Faith. Okay, that's a bit miscommunication there, but Faith will still die. Like, there's no doubt about it. Nice burrow strike though, up on 2, Slay of Fists. Scary things happening right there. Lichimon bouncing through, but Ferrari is already out. It's going to be Chuan that dies still, though. And actually, the ultimate is still bouncing towards Ferrari. He wants to go for Godlike, gets him as well. Double kill for him. Is he going to chase solo? Yes, he is. Why not? He's getting chased down by a wolf, though, and that's scary. Oh, that hurts. Couple of hits needed, but he is so fast with the haste rune. Not fast enough. Seedoy with the damage. Leap away. That's Luo as well. That's 4 dead for 2 supports. They will still lose their Invoker, though. YYF. He might actually die for it, but it looks like the Wolves will leave him alone soon because they're going to run out. But oh my god, they got and Ferrari and Luo. That's insane.
YYF being there was able to make that not quite as bad by getting the pick off on solo, but that was still a very good trade for RoX.KiS. Not only did neither Seedoy nor he died, but
in some trouble. He actually dusts
another
up.
Kill now here.
He goes for YYF right here. Can he do that? The Grave comes out for the moment. It will keep him safe, but he's still dusted up, and the Wolf is still chasing him down. One more hit will do the job. The heal comes out. The Wolf still chasing.
Wolf's still going.
Oh, smoke ran out. Smoke ran out. And the tower so far still standing. Still all 3 tier 1 towers standing on the side of IG. I guess they figure if they would lose this game.
Look at the graphs.
Oh, do I really want to? Oh god, look at that.
Ridiculously even.
That's scary. Like but it seems like IG, they want to just drag this game out as long as they can. Because even if they would lose, they would then lose in a long game, which means that maybe their time pressure game will be giving them a lot of time to actually win that game.
And one thing that makes Lycan so strong is that he doesn't really fall off that bad in the late game, but he's definitely better when he's pushing.
Yeah.
And RoX.KiS hasn't been able to take a single tower yet.
Yeah, that's surprising. I mean, look at their lineup. You'll think like, okay, that's a pushing lineup. You've got yourself your Lycan, your Necronomicons, Nature's Prophet. I mean, everybody is there.
I mean, they're getting the Necro books now. BCZ just got his Necro 1. And Seedoy just finished his Necro 3, actually.
They go here on the bottom lane. The Blink Burrow Strike didn't catch out the Invoker, though. He was gone away in time. Moonlight Shadow actually used for that one.
So there's already 3 Necro books up on RoX.KiS.
Yeah.
So I don't expect these towers to stay standing much longer.
Are they going to 5-man push, you think?
They can. It's just... IG is a very tough team to 5-man against.
Oh, Faith. Seedoy thinking about sprouting. Gets it as well. YYF is here, though. Is it enough to scare them off? Faith has, of course, got Burrow Strike helping against the Wolves, and he lives. The Wolves are going to chase him down, and Godlike actually there as well with the Jade Frost, but the Sunstrike gets him first. Nicely done.
Shot by Solo.
Very well shot. And a bit of a waste of a Chain Frost, I guess, but
and that's
better
Solo's
safe than
Necro too.
That's Solo's Necro too. Oh, these Necronomicons. So 5-man push or not?
This is very mature of Solo, I think. Actually, he had a really tough early game, right? They just harassed him down, killed him several times, and he just bypassed the Midas.
Ferrari, if Yol can catch him, he has got his Fiend's Grip up. He's out in time.
And he just chose to bypass the Midas completely.
Yeah.
And he realized that it was more important for him to just go ahead and get his Necro up so they can finish the game early, start pushing.
Yeah, he even skipped boots, as in he has brown boots.
He has brown boots and a bracer and Necro.
Well, the bracer is a common occurrence because also Ember has not done anything with his bracer just yet. It's Mirana that has the drum, so there's no rush in getting your bracer done.
Battle Fury is complete now.
Battle Fury is Battle Fury 1. Are we gonna see multiple?
When you see this many Necronomicon units, I would say it would be okay.
Would you not be scared to kill yourself on the Necronomicon units, though?
Well, you're invulnerable. If you kill a Necro unit while you're Sleight of Fisting, you don't take the damage.
Oh, that's very true.
That's another reason why Ember Spirit's so good this patch. He just destroys Necro units.
You're right. Well, things could get scary for RoX.KiS then. When they're ready to push, it's already going to be IG that's already ready to basically stop their push. We do have maybe Luo in some trouble. He's walking around with an Invis rune, but he cannot engage. I mean, everybody of RoX.KiS is here. He's the only one of his team that is actually on his top lane. It is RoX.KiS that is sitting on the bottom tier 2 and actually going to try to trade a tier 1 for tier 2, which is a good trade for them.
Is under attack.
If they actually get the tower, which they should.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Yeah, and RoX.KiS
they
is just
don't.
looking to trade.
They're trading very slowly, though. They might actually trade their tier 2 top as well. They have to be careful. We already have Chuan sitting in the jungle, though. Like,
RoX.KiS
he
still
is ready to fight.
Yeah, and IG still has a glyph. I don't think, if RoX.KiS go for this, I don't think they're going to be able to
No,
make this trade.
I'm going to have Sand. Yeah, there comes the Epicenter. He's going to go for it. Blink Burst, like up on only one, though. Is it enough damage? The mechanism comes out for RoX.KiS. They don't take that
And
much
Chuan will
damage at
fall.
all. Chuan is already dead. While we have in the Fiend's Grip gets graved for the moment, but might still get picked up. Ferrari, stuck in a Nightmare, saved for later, still gets a Slay of Fist off and gets out in time. It is only Chuan that died. I guess, I mean, the tower died,
They
so...
got the tower so... While that fight was going on, the Necro units
The
were just
Necro
able to
units were
just
just on the
their
tower.
little army, the zoo,
Yeah.
was able to take down the tower.
Well,
And IG didn't use their glyph.
IG didn't use their glyph. I have to say, I like, Chuan going in, that could have been the perfect scenario for IG. That could like be the Burrow Strike Epicenter combination that could have totally wiped RoX.KiS off the face of the earth, but
What they did a good job of doing was kind of separating themselves from the zoo, right?
yeah.
Because if you tend to death ball up with your Necro units, you're just going to get cleaved to death.
This is true. Yeah, but the Nightmare and the Fiend's Gear, brilliant play by Yol. He got those off, and both were cast for a very long time as well before he got interrupted on his Fiend's Grip. Yeah, RoX.KiS, that's what they wanted from that fight. They got the tower and backed off. They got a
They were
kill,
able to trade towers.
and they got the
which
cooldown.
You're always okay to do if you're Lycan.
Yep. Well, it's 3 towers for 2 towers, so the difference in towers is basically basically gone. In terms
Yeah,
of
but-
gold, we see that back as well. I mean, it's going the way of RoX.
Yes, and RoX.KiS were able to take these safe lane towers, which are a lot harder to push than these offlane towers.
Yep.
Although it's a little more. It's weird that they've prioritized taking these safe lane towers. I think that's just more what's been available, because this dire offlane tower is typically the one you want to push down first, just so you can have a little bit more rush control from Radiant, and you want to take as much rush control from dire as possible.
They want to fight here. Can they actually do this? There's a gem on the Bane, though. Fiend's Grip, he still got Chuan there. Interrupted right now by Luo. He jumps forward. Can he actually
the
get a kill?
brain
He's
sap.
actually going to die. That Brain Sap. They get a kill, and they can go Roche. They can go Roche. They got the Necronomicon units up. They can't push a tower, so Roche it is. And without Mirana
this is
there,
just gonna
IG cannot fight this. Not right now.
With the medallion, with all the Necro units, with the Forge Spirits.
Look at that go.
Ferrari's going to try to. He's got a remnant in there.
Is he gonna try? He's gonna try. Let's see. It is gonna
And
be.
he
He
snatched it.
gets it. He gets the Aegis. And can they actually fight? Burrow Strike Epicenter. Solo in some trouble. He's gonna be Chuan and is running for his life. He will get picked up. Sidoi with the kill. Sidoi's prouding up.
RoX.KiS is very
Mirana,
low.
but
I don't know if they
Luo
wanna fight
jumps
this.
out. No, IG, they're the ones backing off. Or are they? Solo actually getting chased down by a Dazzle of all things, and there will be a kill. There we go. That's going to be Ferrari. He's going to get another one there right there. That's 4 dead. It's only Sidoi that's left alive, and it's
Wow.
only Chuan
That
that
was
died
a-
for IG. That is insane. And I mean, right now, Sidoi already said things like, okay, back to pushing it is. That's going to be his job for a while. He has his Orchid ready, though.
That was a disaster.
That was a very big disaster. I really thought they could do it.
The rush was melting fast, but IG would just they knew immediately when RoX.KiS was going to try to go for that rush. They know they've had their eyes on it for the last 10 minutes of the game.
Yep.
And so they were able to get there. Ferrari was able to put in a remnant. They threw an arrow in, hopped to his remnant, snatched the Aegis, and won the fight off the back of it.
And one big thing that they get in return as well, I mean, not just a fight. We just had a gem picked up by the Bane. It's already taken now by IG. That's going to be a
man.
big deal in
Did they
terms
even
of
get
map
the D
control.
ward with it?
Yeah. Well, they still have it, so yeah, they will. They're checking the ward spots right now.
No, I'm saying did RoX.KiS
no.
even get the D ward?
No, they used it first when they went for the Fiend's Grip on Chuan,
No.
which ended up getting interrupted by Luo's Mirana. So, no, that's a gem that was basically bought and given to IG. Congrats, guys. Oh, we have a smoke gank, though. Seedoy, Goblak, Yol, they're going to look for kill. They have to be careful. There's a lot of people around here as well. They use the dust. Oh, their smoke got popped by
the
YYF.
Spidey senses. And YYF was close.
Yeah. They were looking for it. He teleports
tingled
out.
And they threw one out. It's not quite close enough.
Oh, and IG gets out, so that's a wasted smoke right there. Well, they get a ward from it, which is nice. I guess that's all you can ask for right now. Some counter warding going on as well as some Ancients killing. I mean, right now, IG, despite RoX.KiS winning the fight in top lane and getting those towers, IG is back in control.
That rush fight is huge.
Yeah, it's insane. And they still have. They don't have that Aegis, actually. They still have the Ember that's really fat. He actually got a Chrysalis right now, sitting on 2k gold. So, yeah, rich.
The best part of all of this is for IG is that they've managed to not have the Ember Spirit die a lot, and he's actually been able to get credit for a lot of these kills. So he is already at his Chrysalis. He's really close to his Daedalus now, even about a little over 1,000 gold away.
How much impact do you think that Nature's Prophet is going to have in terms of split push? Because he is right now the highest frontier on the map. He's got his Orchid ready, so he can solo up a lot of targets.
It's going to be completely dependent on how well the other 4 heroes are going to be able to push other lanes. Because without a Shadow Blade, it's kind of hard to be the solo split pusher while the rest of your team's farming the jungle or whatever. So they're more death ball pushing here. They're going to try to get all their necro units and all their treants in the same spot. And there's not even much to split push right now because they really want to get these dire towers down.
Yeah, but this is basically a call for fight, or at least a call for tower. They get the tower. Slay of Fist will be too late to do anything against that. Some tracks going off as well. We already see Chuan in the jungle. I think he was already spotted by Bane as well, but we'll see if they try to figure out if he's going to go for it.
By the time it takes Ferrari to attack all of these units, he's already got Slide of Fist back off cooldown.
Oh, that's insane. I guess that's
he stays jumping back and forth for so long.
I guess you can call it good and bad in a way. I mean, you can't do anything else, but you're also invulnerable. So
I mean, it's long enough that you can't say like, okay, well, we're going to throw all these units at him, and while he's too busy like cleaving away, we'll go in and attack. You don't have enough. There's not enough time to do that, right?
No.
So he's always going to be back around.
I really am expecting some giant burrow strike epicenters coming off from Chuan, because he should really be the initiator, the playmaker. Like, of course, Sand King obviously is an initiator at heart, but he really has to be pulling it together this game, because they can't wait for RoX.KiS to be near their tower, because as we just saw, if they're going to play reactive Dota, they'll lose. They're losing their buildings before they're actually fighting, and that's not good.
I still don't really. I think the game. There's a slight edge for IG right now, just because of how well they've been fighting just in the last 5 minutes. But I honestly think this could still go either way. If RoX.KiS is able to win the next fight, push a couple more towers, they could be the ones, pushing up. The problem is, not only is IG notorious for being really hard to break the base against, but breaking the base against an Ember Spirit, Sand King, Dazzle is a nightmare.
Yeah.
You need 3 Necro 3s.
You need to have some pickups before you go up, basically.
Right.
Let's take a look how much they can push right now. That Starstorm, not doing that much, but that, in combination with the Slayer Fist, Luo took some damage. This tower is still dead though, and they still got 1 Necro Warrior up.
It's the power of the zoo.
Arrow will hit in the creep, so there's not even an initiation with an arrow. Chuan just used his blink, so he has to wait a while before he can try again. But this was all that RoX.KiS wanted. They got the tower and they back off. This is the typical rat Dota right now. Well, not even typical, because they're all there. Like, it's not split push.
It's manly rat Dota. It's
like we're here. You can come fight us if you want, but before you get us, we'll first have your towers down.
Fiend's
Grip going off on Chuan.
I don't.
Slayer Fist is still hits.
I don't know. Chuan went that. He was a good several seconds ahead of the rest of his team. I don't know what he thought he was going to be able to get out of it there.
I have to say I was a bit surprised. My camera wasn't even there because I didn't think he would be there. But gets killed off. Doesn't blow his epi. He actually seems to be going for an Aghanim. Did he sell some of his items? Yeah, he did. He had a Staff of Wizardry at some point, but he doesn't have it anymore. It's just sitting on Ogre Club.
Is it on the courier?
No, I checked just now.
Wow. Okay.
So
well, Nature's Prophet, he'll have his BKB, which is something you don't see a whole lot out of Nature's Prophets, but they're doing this 5-man death push. It's fine.
Yep.
Same for Lycanthrope. He's about 500 gold away. less than that now as he gets a kill on the creep for his BKB. And I think that's what RoX.KiS is going to want to do now. Just chill for a bit, let BZZ finish up his BKB, and then we'll probably see another 5-man push onto that final tier 2 tower in mid.
Yep. And then it's Roche and high ground, in theory.
Yes.
To be honest, I mean, if they're going to go high ground at some point, the biggest threat for them is that Sand King. So having BKBs and of course using them timely, because you can't afford to get surprised by that.
Right.
But using them timely will allow them to just take a tower before anything else happens and do the same thing that they have been doing for the tier 2s, but then on tier 3s, and they should be out safe before something bad happens.
I mean, what's ridiculous about this game is IG's high ground defense is so good. RoX.KiS could take this next tower, take the next Rose, and then continually try to push up high ground and lose 2 fights in a row and then lose the game. I can't tell you how many times I've seen that happen against Ember Spirits, against Naga Sirens. You win the game early, you try to push up high ground, and you just can't do it, and you end up losing the game because you try to break high ground too aggressively, right? And BKB will finish on BZZ.
Yeah. What do you think would have to happen before IG can start being aggressive for themselves? Because so far they've been playing fairly defensive.
I mean, there's no reason for them to want to fight at this point. They have arguably better late game with the Ember. I mean, Ember Spirit's just an insanely good late game hero, just because he can stay so safe and deal out so ridiculous amounts of damage. So I think IG's fine with just playing safe right now. I wouldn't force a fight until they go to push that mid tier 2. I would try to force a fight on. I would defend that my tier 2 pretty strongly though.
Like right now, you mean?
Like right now, and they're all moving towards their tier 2. They don't want to give it away.
Yeah, they got all frost armor and everything. They're gonna try to get ready. Let's take a look at where Sand King is gonna hide. Let's see, high ground. He wants to be there. That means he has to blink first. That means 10 seconds. The ping's already come out though. That's ping from the Bane. So they see him and they force him back instantly. Arrows from Luo might still also be something they can use for initiation.
And something I haven't really thought about is this Frost Armor is
Oh,
interesting.
arrow.
Oh, his Godlike is going to eat an arrow.
That's not enough target to try and dive for.
Frost Armor is an okay counter to Ember Spirit. Now, just because of the extra armor.
Yeah.
Because the extra side of his damage is also physical, and so is just his normal right click. So it's 9 armor to everyone on your team. Kind of damage reduction or damage block, not block, but just physical damage reduction.
Yul got a track right there. There we go. That's gonna be Chuan, and Yul goes down. It was not where they were expecting him to come
but
from.
But he blows it on only one hero.
Yes, and it's gonna be the BKB for BC.
So
Moonlight Shadow will keep them safe though. They're gonna walk through his sentry ward though. Let's see if they can actually catch someone out. Burrow Strike comes in and Godlike as well. Sunstrike doesn't really do anything. Cedo taking quite a lot of damage there. And actually, they're backing off. That's 10-second BKB, 2 10-second BKB. YYF, he should be able to get away as well. Well, that Necronomicon unit's still seeing him. Nah, he's fine. He's good. Are they gonna try and chase this? They could. They've got a very decent chasing lineup, but they're gonna let it go.
That's fine. You lose the game overextending when your entire team's at half health like this.
Can they take Roche off this? No. It's just Vayne.
I think they're.
Oh, the BKBs are gonna be on cooldown though.
No, they're not gonna go for it. Oh, and Faith! Don't try to TP that close to Roche. You know better, Faith.
First hit bash. Luck.
You know better.
Yeah. What's Solo doing? Walking around bottom lane, invisible. He was scouting out a little bit with his Force Spirits, it looks like, but he is not really doing anything of significance, it feels like. He's just going to continue farming. That's the second Battle Fury in the house. Ember Spirit.
Oh my gosh.
It's happening. Are we going to see
Ferrari's so fat. He's just been cleaving this zoo this entire game. Like, they just keep pushing these towers, and even if they push the tower, Ferrari ends up cleaning up 3/4 of that wave.
Yeah.
And so he's at 236 last hits.
But this was basically their first push, a RoX.KiS's first push, where they didn't get a tower off the back of it.
Right.
Where they went as 5. And actually, they barely even took it down. It's still standing like very high.
And 35 minutes is kind of where the Lycan starts being a bit underwhelming. He's still good for a bit because he does scale decently well, but in relative to an Ember Spirit.
Would you say we need a Basher right now? Or maybe even
he needs an Abyssal Blade. He needs to be able to go on. So if the way they can stop the Ember Spirit now is catch the Ember Spirit, doing that 5-second cleave on all your units, and have BZZ ready to abyssal him as soon as he comes out of it.
Well, they now have a Fiend script, so they can use that on him because BKBs are not there for IG.
Right.
And the Tithe of Ice can have a lot of impact there. That Solo
Well,
just completed.
it's fine for Ember Spirit. I feel like he's okay without the BKB because the Fiend script's going to go through it anyway. And even it's not even really that good against the Chain Frost because it still bounces. You won't take damage from it, but it's still going to bounce throughout your entire team. YYF, Chuan, they have their BKBs.
Oh, smoke up for RoX.KiS. They want to go for Roche. It just got targeted by the arrow from Mirana from Luo, so they know they're not in there right now. Are they actually, do they want to fight here?
They got a 5-man smoke in this bottom lane. Oh, and they're going to Orchid up an illusion.
Oh, well.
RoX.KiS, they thought they had got an amazing pick-off.
It's just Tito, and there's no pings coming out of the back of it, but it looks like IG is aware that they're not by themselves. Arrow will hit on a Forge Spirit. Then the drawing comes out. Yeah, Chuan knows they're all there.
Team
Careful.
is here.
Yes.
Beware.
This is not our jungle anymore for the moment. Wow, what do you think Mirana is going to get? Luo is sitting on 4,700 gold.
And BZZ, why is he here? Why is he by himself?
Well, he's no longer by himself. He's in heaven with all his dog friends. He buys back, though. They don't want to give up this Roshan. They can't allow it. In the meantime, Necronomicon units are hitting on the tier 3 tower. So for IG, they have to decide.
They just shown themselves in their.
Yeah.
They just shown themselves in that entire area because they went on the illusion.
Yeah. And I mean, the arrow came in as well, just to continuously check. I mean, he's been sending that for a while.
Oh
yeah.
Gosh, that was very bad decision making from BZZ to try to stay in there.
Yeah.
And RoX.KiS they're gonna go for the Roche again. It's like they want to force a fight in the pit here.
They have Lycan again, but if they lose this fight, if they lose the Lycan again, he does not have buyback.
The Weave's gonna go out on 2 if
Moonlight Shadow. RoX.KiS, they don't have the detection.
And now it's at half health, and EG is probably going to be able to take this Roche. RoX.KiS is not coming back in, and they're going to melt it before RoX.KiS can mount up a defense.
Yeah.
And it's down.
Yep. There we go. IG with Roshan. That was something. Wait, Roshan has fallen to the Radiant. Thank you, Wolves. Was it Wolf?
Wow.
I think
the Wolves
it was
did snatch it. They weren't able to kill the Aegis, but they did get the kill on Roshan.
They got the kill on Roshan, so that's pretty impressive.
It's not. It's much more important to have that Aegis.
Yeah, but still the extra gold helps. I mean, not as much for denying it for IG because IG is getting rich from those Necronomicons anyway. So apparently they don't care that much about that. Taking a look at the gold graph real quick. Actually, take a look at the graph.
Back to even.
Back to even.
But IG does have a fair amount of experience.
Yeah. Yeah, that's for sure. And we mostly see that back in a level 19 Ember Spirit and 17 Mirana. Well, for RoX.KiS, I mean, they have got that Bane sitting at level 11 still, which is the lowest level in the game. And he opted not to go for level 2 in Fiend Script.
I mean, that's fine. He's not even being able to get a full.
That's true. He gets interrupted overall anyways. Yeah. So now that RoX.KiS doesn't have the Roshan, doesn't have the Aegis, does have the Roshan, I guess, doesn't have the Aegis, didn't get the tier 2, which they wanted to earlier. What's going to be their next plan of action? Because are they going to wait for the Aegis to expire before trying again? Or is IG going to try to force out a fight with an Aegis? They're actually smoked up behind by They're going to try to catch out Godlike. Force up into safety. The arrow will not hit though. Still getting poisoned up. Still tracked. The vision is there. They're not going to dive on further. That would be too risky.
Yeah, that's too risky.
Maybe now they can Ferraris with that.
You're talking about whether or not they wait for the Aegis to run out. It's a tricky proposition for RoX.KiS to do that, right? Because with 3 Necro books, a Lycan, just sitting on your,
what's Chuan
just resting
doing?
on your laurels for 6 minutes is not something you want to do. I mean, they're not going to contest this tower, though, it looks like.
They can't. Like, do you really want to fight a team that has an Aegis on their Ember Spirit? Can they go high ground with this?
No.
They don't have the pushing power. And actually, bottom lane is already getting pushed in as well when they just profit on his Necronomicon units and his Treants and everything else that you can imagine. So we have Ferrari jumping back. This could actually be the cause.
I think they might try for the high ground now with Ferrari.
They still got a Remnant.
He's going to clean up this next wave to make sure that they don't have this wave pushed. And then he's going to run it back, and they're going to go for the push.
Yep. Divine Rapier!
Oh!
There you go.
So, okay, IG's aware of this time rating, and they want to end it.
Ember Spirit with an Aegis and a Divine Rapier. Well, let's see. Burst back up on Solo.
Very
Arrow will
aggressive.
follow up, but it's not going to hit. There you go. Dodged by Solo. Look at the damage. That's insane.
If Faith gets like a multi-hero weave off, oh my gosh, I don't even want to think about the damage.
And he gets the Lincolns from the
and
Piranha as
Godlike,
well.
there goes half his health. Godlike even had a frost armor on himself.
Yeah.
He has 34 armor, and that still took away half his health.
He gets almost all the Necronomical units in one hit. The amount of gold that he gets by just one Slave Fist is insane when all those Necro units are on.
Wow.
And they're not backing off. Like, if you have an Aegis and you have a Rapier, you're going to go now. This is their moment. They're actually going to go in from the side. Y'all stunned up for the moment. Sentry Ward goes down. YYF actually popped his BKB. So it's going to be off for the fight when the fight actually happens so far. We still have also Chuan, this time sitting on the north. Still waiting for a good initiation. Nice, and Snare up on 2 again, but they keep just wanting to go for towers. This is objective-based gaming right here, or is
being
it?
A bully. Oh.
He was a bully. Tornado, Hex
Careful,
coming out as
Solo.
well.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
They can only just harass. And in the meantime, Lua is just hitting the racks.
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
They're going to go back. Nature's
Oh,
Prophet
they
has
left
taken out a
Faith
tier
behind.
3. They left Faith behind, but there is actually an arrow flying in.
It doesn't
and
matter.
that's...
This is fine.
Well,
they're starting to
no,
save it.
Ferrari can get back here really fast. There he is. Let's see what... Oh!
Oh!
Oh my god! Oh, jeez. They were standing so close together. That Battle Furies, I believe that was a crit. Oh.
And Faith was even able to get a weave down on those heroes before it went out too.
Yeah.
And I think this is just...
This can be game. I mean... Oh
You have your
my
Lycan down for
God.
60 seconds. He does not have buyback. It's on cooldown.
Yeah, they're going to go for this. They're going to go just not back out. Never give up, never surrender. Just stay in the base. He's sitting on 4,500 gold.
And like...
Why not?
They, and Yol's going to eat it right here. No. Okay, not going in. Ferrari, he's focused on the racks.
They're really controlled as well for a winning team. As in, you can tell right now that they are kind of winning, so that they're really just still objective-based gaming.
Ferrari is like the most disciplined playmaking player in Dota.
Yeah, he still wants to go in for that kill, though. It's actually Dazzle that gets it in the end with a poison.
Like when you talk about playmakers, as another one, we won't get any lucky crits that time.
Yeah.
A lot of playmaking players, a lot of mid players that like to play these, space-creating heroes tend to overextend a bit. And what really sets Ferrari out from other players is just how disciplined he is. Even though all that fighting was going on in the mid game, we saw so many kills, we saw so many rotations. Ferrari got out of that almost unscathed, only 2 deaths, several kills in his name.
Yeah.
And he was able to turn that into just a ridiculously farmed Ember Spirit in the late game.
Hey, what do you think he's going to buy?
Another Rapier.
Why not?
Seriously,
might.
like, let's get another Rapier going.
I mean, he's
going towards the side shop, it looks like.
His Aegis is
Go,
about to
go,
disappear,
go.
like 30-second-ish.
No, he's not.
No. He's just, you know what he's going to do? He's going to get more gold.
Well, he needs bots.
Yeah, and they also need to push out a top tower, so that's why we see him going top. He did pick up bots, right as you said it, so nicely done.
That's good.
But yeah, they can't rotate to top, and I mean, RoX.KiS is not going to call GG. This is a tiebreaker that in the end will have a time rating tiebreaker if the tiebreaker turns into a tie. That's a tongue twister right there.
Yeah.
But so they want to drag this game out as long as possible. So they're going to make IG work for it.
Yeah, because if this once again goes to a 1-1-1, and RoX.KiS beats Na'Vi, and IG loses to Na'Vi, and RoX.KiS beats Na'Vi in a fast amount of time,
then IG is going to be the loser in this one.
yeah. So even if RoX.KiS thinks that they can't win this game, which I still think it's winnable.
Oh, for sure. I mean, that Aegis is gone. If they then kill Ember and get the Rapier for themselves,
So even if they don't win, even if they didn't think they could win, it's just about turtling for as long as possible.
Yep. It's it feels somehow it feels a bit dirty.
Yeah,
but
it is a bit because it is a bit dirty.
It is a bit dirty, but you can't blame them for doing it. I mean,
it's just
seriously.
one of those things that come around with tiebreak because
There's so much at stake.
We can't have any more games. We just can't fit them into the schedule. That's one of the bad things that comes with having 8 amazing teams here.
Yeah.
And
4 days.
the Nature's Prophet's going to go for just Desolator. Okay. If they get lucky and they get a kill, they want to be able to push these towers super fast, which is okay. That's all right.
Well, they're already gathering up top. We already have Solo waiting around and an invisible Lycan as well. Lycan sitting on 2k gold. I mean, right now, things that are going to come in handy as well. Like, nobody... Actually, that's not true. No, there's still some buybacks going on for both sides. We just have Invoker on cooldown. Yeah, Lycan has got a buyback as well, but buybacks are going to be more important, was my point.
Yes.
Especially, like, even if you don't think you can win, as you said, you want to buy time, and that's what they are.
And buybacks are fantastic at building buying time.
They are for sure, as long as you don't die back.
Ferrari, you know you want to go for that second rapier? Do it. Oh, come Ferrari.
He doesn't have the gold yet.
Dude. Oh, yeah, he is.
Patient.
He's got to get these ancients first.
Is he going? Is he? Ferrari. Ta-da-ta-da-ta-da.
Yeah!
There it is. Number two.
He's got a sword in each hand.
He got what? Sorry?
He's got a sword in each hand. He's got the bow on his back, the axe is stapled to
true.
his sides.
I smell someone's needing to make new cosmetics for this hero.
Yeah, exactly.
The Ferrari Ember Spirit.
Ember really is the best rapier carrier in the game just because of how safe he can stay.
Yeah, but
he can just stay in the back behind all of his team and just throw outside of fists, and he doesn't have to worry about dying and losing those rapiers. So.
And if there is indeed so many creeps on, then he can do a second Slayer Fist by the time that, like, the first one, assuming that, like, they will die in one hit, like, that's, you know, a given right now, but he can still throw out a second one straight after, so basically he's safe for 2 Slayer Fist timings.
Yes.
So what's RoX.KiS gonna do? Like, okay, they're behind. They want to
IG's just waiting on Ferrari Ferrari is going to finish pushing out this top wave.
Yeah.
And then they're going to push again.
And what's RoX.KiS going to do in the meantime?
They're going to try to push. Well,
they push because they took out a tier 3 on the bottom lane already in the previous fight.
Yeah. And they're not grouping top.
No.
Maybe they're waiting. Roche is going to be spawning within the next couple of seconds.
I love this pickup for Chuan. The Veil.
The Veil.
He doesn't have buyback though, and he is kind of a suicidal hero.
It's tough against 3 BKBs, but those BKBs are starting to have, or it's only 2 BKBs, never mind. We're starting to get to pretty low cooldowns on those BKBs anyway.
8 seconds for Seedoy.
8.
And we still have 8
they're
seconds
both on 8,
actually.
so they haven't actually used them as much as I thought they would, considering they bought them like 20 minutes ago.
Yep. Oh, Pink's going out. They know where Solo is. Look at that army on the minimap. He does have Boots of Travel on cooldown for another 40 seconds. But they're not even going to search for him. It's too much of
Solo's only level 18 at 48 minutes. We just saw how badly that getting really, really harassed and killed a lot early game and having to skip the Midas is done doing.
Yeah.
He's got 2 items.
So Roshan's up again. Is RoX.KiS going to try to contest this? Because I feel like if they do, and there's a big chance that they would lose the fight, and then if they lose the fight, they lose the game. Well, they have maybe a better chance defending their high ground.
Ferrari, this is going to be Luo's Aegis, most likely.
Yeah, because what's Ferrari going to sell?
Right.
Like
he's 6-slotted.
Yeah, he's done. Like he's sitting on 3k gold, but he's not going to spend it unless
this is probably
the
most efficient way he can build the Cinder Spirit for damage right now. He might sell if push comes to shove, you can probably sell one of the Battle Furies and get another rapier.
No, the drums are already sold by Marana, so they're going to go for that one. And yeah, that just got ignored by RoX.KiS. I mean, even if they probably knew what was going on, but they can't go in.
You can't walk into a closed area with a double rapier in your spirit.
Well, you can, but you won't be there long enough to really enjoy the view ever. So
even if his Sleight of Fists don't crit, they're hitting for 1,000 non-mitigated.
And we do have quite a few heroes of RoX.KiS hanging out on the top lane. Solo just teleported bottom to split push that one out. But they have to be careful here because, Goblag's going to TP out. It's too risky.
RoX.KiS are just throwing heroes at different lanes just to make IG have to...
Yeah.
They're just making sure that all the lanes stay pushed to about here. See, now they're pushing at the bottom lane just to make it... They're just pushing all the waves past the river and then running away.
Yeah.
So the IG's scared to fight.
Well, I don't think IG's scared to fight anymore.
No,
because,
not with the Aegis and the cheese.
Aegis, cheese, 2 rapiers, why not?
Now's the time to fight.
It's tiebreakers of LAN finals, of course. It's an important match. Who wants to face DK? Everybody wants to face DK.
Everyone wants to face DK. I mean, over being in the winner's bracket, over being in the loser's bracket.
Oh, that's a big deal, for
Best
sure.
of 1 losers brackets. Anything can happen.
Yeah, well, Seedoy is teleporting towards the bottom lane as well, so they're going to try to maybe split push this. Is this going to be a bit of a base race? Because I actually...
No, they're all going to TP back. They don't want it to be a base race.
I understand that part. We need more boosted travels, I think.
This is just disgusting out of RoX.KiS in the best way possible. It's very smart.
Yeah.
They know they can't fight. They can't fight an Ember Spirit. They can't group up against it. So they're just going to run away.
Yeah.
Just be as ratty as possible.
But
That's
even
fine.
if, you know, they still lose a tower and they don't get anything in return, apart from time, they get time in return. That's all they want at this point. Perhaps a win if IG makes a mistake, but that's where it's at right now. The only way that RoX is going to win is if IG makes a mistake.
Right.
And in the meantime, well, just delay the game. Why not? I have to say, I'm a bit sad for RoX.KiS support. Yol is still sitting on just the first half and mana boots. I mean, we're 51 minutes into the game. He's had a tough game, and not because he died a lot. I mean, he died 4 times, but he's just having to give everything up for
he's got 4
the rest
assists,
of the team.
is the problem. He just hasn't been able to be involved in much.
Yeah. And Lycan takes a lot of farm. Nature's Prophet takes a lot of farm. Solo takes a lot of farm. It's like they're all very greedy heroes. Oh, Godlike, you're dead.
Oh yeah, that was Godlike.
That was Godlike. He was
No,
just standing there, you know, on the lookout. This could be the beginning of the end. The lanes are not pushed out. Top lane is getting pushed out right now.
Buyback. They're just going for the
Buyback.
death push.
Godlike.
No, yeah, they're going to push it through the mid so that there's
Nope.
no...
Push it through the top.
Yeah, so there's no backdoor protection by the creeps being in the base.
True.
Which is smart.
3 minutes for the Aegis. We do have Cedo on the top lane right now as
Frost
Lichilman will
going
bounce around, but it's just harassment. We do have Ferrari actually in the midst on the top lane. He does have his boots of travel off cooldown, and he's actually going to go top. He's going to try to help out there as Solo. What's he doing? Going invisible, so he'll be okay.
He's just scouting out
and,
the Ember Spirit.
Well, that's it. That's the push. Half a tier 3 towers. All IG is going to get.
Yeah, RoX.KiS is just... Because the thing is, like, IG realizes they need to finish this in time, but it's even worse if they somehow lose.
Yeah.
Because they go too aggressive and get pushed in. So IG is just in this awful conundrum of, do we death push and try to win and get too aggressive and die and have RoX.KiS beat us because they're still split pushing us, or do we try to win the game, or do we try to like just continue the status quo in a game we can't really lose as long as we don't throw it, but risk having a really bad time rating? I mean, honestly, at this point, the time rating's already too bad.
Yeah. So at this point, you're no longer in a rush.
Yeah. If I'm IG, I'm doing what they do, and you just don't lose the game.
You just make sure that you win all your matches.
What is it with IG in these long games?
They just like to play Dota.
And there's been constant, I don't want to say constant aggression, because the
There
last
has
15
been.
minutes has been a lot of ratting, but like the first
We had like
20 minutes, there was 20 kills in the first 13 minutes.
Yeah. We were saying it looks a bit like CIS Dota at some point, but yeah. Lots of fight, lots of pressure. And then this is what it comes down to. A double rapiered Ember Spirit level 25 that can no longer spend his gold, so he's sitting on 8k gold, but, you know, can't do anything with it. Like right now, for him, the only reason to take farm is just in case he does die, he's going to be able to end buyback and get 2 rapiers again.
Well, yeah, see, that's, I mean...
That's the strategy right there.
Ferrari might as well have the Aegis now, because he can just buy back.
He only gonna get, no, he can only get 1 rapier back.
I mean, that's true in terms of just like coming back to life.
Yeah. Well, Cedo is trying to split push a little bit on the bottom lane. Lich ultimate again. This is just harassment, just slowing them down, forcing them to move, stop attacking. They're gonna go for the Rax. Would be mega creeps if they take down this Rax in the meantime. Bottom lane, continuously pushing. This is, oh, Godlike, careful there. And actually, that was an epicenter that was cancelled, but mega
Ferrari's
creeps.
gonna TP back. Yeah,
They're gonna go for tier 4s. This is
and
their
RoX.KiS
chance.
is just gonna go for the base race.
They have to.
But Ferrari and Faith are back. Like RoX.KiS can't push into this.
Yeah, IG does not want to have a base race. I don't blame them, because a base race against the Lycan, no matter how far you're ahead, that's nothing.
So that's really bad for RoX.KiS. So they get mega creeps without even taking down a single set of racks.
Oh, still standing.
I don't know why they didn't just try to take the racks there. Because if they go into a base race, they still lose that.
Yeah. Well, again, I mean, even though, like, RoX.KiS, they're not going to call anything.
And see, now the whole thing they had going for them.
Oh, Yol, run, Yol, you're so scared.
Why is he here?
He's going to teleport out. He should be able to be safe. No arrow. No, he's out.
Okay.
He's fine.
All right.
Risky play, though.
Now the whole the cute thing RoX.KiS was doing, which was keeping their creeps, then the opposite lane that IG was in, pushed out past the river, just is not going to happen with these mega creeps up now.
We're actually pretty close. Well, I say pretty close. Lycan is on his way to his Abyssal. So at some point he'll get
It's about
there.
25 minutes too late. Third rapier.
What? Where's he gonna put it? What did he do with his previous ones?
He's got it on the courier.
He's gonna stack them up just in case. If he dies, he's having them on the courier.
He's
and
got
he
an
doesn't
insurance
lose the
plan.
It's his insurance plan. Oh my god.
Oh, I like it.
I like it. I love it. I mean that like you don't lose as much gold. It's fine. It's good.
I mean, if you own a Ferrari, you got to insure that thing.
Yeah.
Dire's bottom barracks.
Can't be riding without
Oh,
insurance.
what's this? There's wolves. There's rats.
And this is
There's
another thing I love about
there's vector
Ferrari.
protection.
Talking about him being disciplined. Other Ember Spirits, they just hold on to the rapier. They just get the third rapier and they put it in their inventory.
Now there's a Rex down on the top lane. Godblack will be getting picked up before, and this is your base race right now.
Explodes.
Tier 4s are dead on one side,
And
one tier 4
Ferrari's gonna
only
go
on the
back
other.
home.
Is he really gonna go back
They're
home?
gonna they've already taken one tier 4.
Yeah, Solo is gonna get picked up too, and now the throne is
But if
gonna
it's
be
no
the
crits?
target. This is gonna be, yeah,
Oh,
this
but
is not fast enough.
IG's just destroying the base.
Yeah.
This is over.
This is over.
This is done.
Solo bot back buying time, but the GG is there. IG will take your game, the first game of the 3-way tiebreakers. What a game.
Well played by RoX.KiS, though.
Very well played. Well played also by delaying the game for so long as well.
Yeah.
I mean, 56 minutes.
So RoX.KiS is actually in a decent position. If they can beat Na'Vi and Na'Vi beats IG, which is something that could very well happen.
Yeah.
If we get another, because I mean, this bracket ended up 1-1-1. Who's to say it can't happen again? And RoX.KiS is looking very good if they can beat Na'Vi in a timely fashion.
If we compare this game to RoX.KiS yesterday, RoX.KiS IG, this is a different team. This is different Dota, and it's just showing how even these teams actually are.
Right.
Hello, Casper.
To be fair, IG had probably the worst bans of the tournament that game.
the worst bans. Yeah, okay.
I mean, they banned
Yeah.
3 heroes that RoX.KiS doesn't even play.
It worked out in a way. Yeah, I agree though. It was a bit interesting.
They would have won the game a lot
Yeah.
faster if they wouldn't have let him have a Lycan and an Invoker and a Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, probably. Well, we're gonna see if they actually just don't like those heroes and ban them out again, because Na'Vi is their next opponent.
Well, they need to ban those heroes against Na'Vi. Less so Nature's Prophet, but they don't want, and less so Wisp, because Na'Vi doesn't really run that anymore. But Dindy showed his viability on Naga Siren.
Yes.
So another Naga Siren ban is probably okay. But once again, we're talking about time rating here. Naga's not the fastest base destroyer.
Maybe
She's-
with this first game being so long, maybe the rest of the teams feel less pressure in terms for
It's
time
possible.
rating.
Well, I mean, you're just going to be less pressure to get the all-in push strat, right?
Yeah.
You can still play your game. They might not want to go for a Naga just because Naga kind of excels at games like this, and they don't really want a game like this.
Nobody wants.
So we might see, even though the Naga games we've seen today or the last couple of days have all been like 30-minute
That's true.
wins.
Yeah.
We'll probably see Na'Vi just playing their style.
I'm slightly worried for Na'Vi at the moment because compare RoX.KiS from yesterday and today, difference improving for RoX.KiS. IG just looks strong regardless.
Right.
Like they looked strong earlier today as well. And I guess
I want to know where IG's head's at right now because they lose to EG. They probably are upset with their performance. If I know IG,
They
they're
thought it was
upset
gonna
with
be
their
easier.
performance here. Yes,
They-
they're
yeah.
upset with their performance because they won the game, yes, but their time rating is not where they want it to be.
Yeah.
So they might go into this game against Na'Vi and not be feeling that.
It's true. Though
Good.
Na'Vi thought that they could, they thought that they were going to beat RoX as well.
Well, they just played bad.
And their game yesterday against IG was even.
Right.
And is this are we seeing a different Na'Vi today than yesterday? Like, are they stronger? Did it come stronger out of the first rounds?
I don't know.
Time will tell.
Maybe they just want to get into that losers bracket.
It could be.
Standard Na'Vi Dodo. Let's just win through the losers bracket. So.
Actually, on the Reddit thread, there's a lot of believers into thinking that MVP Phoenix is doing that strategy right now, so a Na'Vi can't going into the loser bracket and then just come out on top.
Maybe.
Wait for it.
Maybe. We'll see. I really hope. Well, I mean, next game we'll be able to determine who is going to be our. Well, no, we won't determine it. We'll see if IG becomes our winners
Yeah,
bracket team.
then at least we know also. Well, we won't see it yet.
We won't see it
depends
yet.
because it's
But
a time break.
if
perhaps.
IG wins the next game, they'll be your winner bracket team. If they win the next game.
Yes. Because then neither RoX nor Na'Vi can win more than once. But they
Right.
still have to play.
Each other to determine third and fourth.
Yes.
See who gets to play MVP Phoenix.
Yeah, because
which is important.
MVP Phoenix or Empire. Like I know who my favorite is.
Yeah, I'd much rather play MVP Phoenix.
Yeah, so that's a big difference,
Yeah.
and we already heard Gob like that. It is an important match for him
very
as well. Yeah, so we're gonna have that game probably fairly fast. I mean, IG versus Na'Vi because it's only
IG's
Na'Vi.
already set up.
Yeah,
so.
it's only Na'Vi that has to switch their gear, and they probably do that fairly fast. Because these tiebreakers, we just basically, in theory, just gotta get them out of the way,
Right.
so that we can have our brackets and have our winners
And we
brackets.
don't go too
picked.
late tonight.
And we don't go too late tonight.
Need sleep.
Need sleep, an early game tomorrow as well, for sure. So we're gonna be right back with you for game number 2 of the tiebreakers, the 3-way tie. Thank you for watching. K-Poptosis on Twitter at K-Poptosis.
Yes.
Myself at Cheever Gaming on Twitter. Follow us if you like our casting and give us suggestions, tips, and all that stuff. And yeah, we'll
Don't
see you
go
back.
anywhere.
Don't go anywhere for sure.